Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Kenneth. Today's topic is dating and relationships. As you watch the clip of the day, ask yourself, what is the number one killer of relationships?
I believe there is one thing that is the killer of all relationships, and once it shows up, it almost never allows the relationship to be salvaged. It's not money, it's not cheating, it's not in-laws, it's far worse. So I'm going to invite you to listen with your ears and not with your triggers, because whether you know it or not, you've probably done this, you've probably had it done to you, and you probably don't even realize it. The killer is contempt. Even though I do have a PhD and my own opinions, this isn't just my perspective. This comes straight out of the longest running study on couples relationships from the Bowman Institute. And the research is clear. Contempt is the single strongest predictor of divorce. I call contempt corrosive, because just like rust on metal, it doesn't take the structure down in one day. It doesn't make a big scene at first, it quietly eats away, comment by comment, sigh by sigh, eye roll by eye roll, until the holes are too big to repair. Contempt doesn't just kill love, it erodes trust, it erodes safety, it erodes respect. And one day you wake up realizing that the bond has been eaten through, not by one big explosion, but by thousands of tiny little cuts you didn't even think mattered. And here's how it hides. Contempt isn't always obvious. It's not just screaming or name calling. Most of the time, it hides in casual comments that carry the message, I'm better than you. Listen to these 10 phrases and see if you recognize them. Wow, you do that? Must be nice to have that free time. You're just like your mother or father. Guess I'll do it myself again. You never do anything right. How could anyone think that's a good idea? Figured you messed that up. Do you ever listen? That's why I can't rely on you. You always make things harder than they have to be. On the surface, this may sound like sarcasm or frustration or just venting, but underneath, they're corrosive. And over time, they chip away at connection.
Now, I don't know Chris personally, but it appears as if he believes that the number one killer of relationships is contempt. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who believe the same, but I disagree, respectfully. I disagree because if contempt were the number one killer of relationships, then there wouldn't be millions of people out there who have experienced relationships that failed due to lack of trust or infidelity or financial issues that did not report experiencing contempt. I've experienced contempt in my past relationships, and I can tell you before you get to contempt, there's always poor communication or lack of communication or vague communication. And I'm sure if you take some time and you study all of the reasons why your past relationships or people that you know relationships fail, you'll notice that there is poor communication that comes before whatever actually caused the relationship to fail. Whatever was the last straw, there was always a buildup of poor communication that essentially got worse and worse and worse over time. I believe the solution is to work on the poor communication and the lack of communication and the vague communication. Work on solving the communication problems in your relationship before they result in something that will make the relationship fail. If you work on the poor communication early, you'll be able to set the environment to create something extraordinary. You know, with great communication, a challenge that you experience won't feel like a challenge that will drive you apart from each other. You all will become partners in solving the problem, whatever the problem is, overcoming whatever the challenge is. But it requires great communication to foster an environment of collaboration in your relationship. And if you're successful at solving your communication problems and establishing great communication between you, then you'll set the tone for a happy, healthy, loving, lifelong relationship. And who doesn't want that? Now, if you're experiencing contempt, and you've recognized that behind the contempt was poor communication, and you found a way to solve the communication problem in your relationship, share what you've learned. There are people out there who are going through the exact same thing and are trying to work on saving their relationship because so much time has been invested, and the information that you have will help them. Dating and relationships can be easy, but sometimes nurturing them requires work, but the work is worth it. If you're experiencing contempt in your relationship or dealing with problems in your relationship caused by poor communication, start working on solving the poor communication problem today. Support this channel. I am bringing together people who are looking for strong, healthy, happy, lifelong relationships. Because we need strong relationships to form the foundation of the movement we are building. One of these days, we're going to create the perfect society where men, women, children of every ethnicity can experience prosperity and live in harmony. And this is one of the first steps. I'll see you in the next video.